ladies and gentlemen, just as yesterday and in the morning, we of course have an array of prominent and excellent speakers and moderators to present to you their vision, their advice, and their opinions on a various subject of topics. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next one would be on digital disruption. Yes, disrupting the future. We talked about women empowerment yesterday and today, and of course, digital disruption is also a big part of our theme today. For that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite our next speaker on stage, and this gentleman indeed is extremely inspiring, and we get to pick his brain today. He's got 15 years of experience in telecom, in digital, and also in the media industry. And he's worked all over the world, in America, and Europe, and in Asia as well. Please give the biggest round of applause for IBM's digital transformation leader in the Middle East, in Africa, in Pakistan, and in Turkey. Please welcome Mr. Juan Jose de la Torre.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have the challenge to be the first speaker after lunch. Pakistani food is amazing, but tend to make you sleep. And I didn't get my coffee, so we'll try to do it, as dynamic as we can. So, as I said, my name is Juan Jose La Torre. You can call me JJ. The most important thing of this slide is my Twitter handle. So please follow me, tweet, retweet, and let's have a conversation there. And today, I'm going to start talking about something that for some of you might be close, for some of you might sound a little bit different, and especially coming from a guy from IBM that is wearing red pants, which is design. How many of you think that design is relevant? Okay, I will ask again. How many of you think that design is relevant? Okay, a little bit better. I think we need coffee in the room urgently. But if you think today, any interaction that you have, any product and service that you use, any experience that you enjoy has been designed. Even this room. If we make the exercise to take out all the tables, don't stand up. We're not going to do it. But if we can make that exercise and we remove the tables, and suddenly we have a very long table, and I'm in one side of the table and all of you are on the other ones, our interaction will be different. Yes or no? Yes. Thank you. Someone have a coffee there. If we, instead of that, I'm walking around you, I'm pointing my finger towards you and asking you questions, is the interaction going to be different? Yes. Great, we're waking up. Excellent. So, effectively, design is not how things look. It's how things are meant to interact. When we design this room and we put this arrangement, we're thinking on the interaction that we're having. But now let's go and think on your daily job. Let's think on the projects that you do. Let's think on the new products, the new services, and the things that you're putting in the market. How many times you're really thinking on the interaction that you wanted to create and the engagement that you wanted to generate on your customers instead of focusing on products and service or features? Not much, no? As a matter of fact, I will ask again the question. How many of you think design is relevant? Yes. Okay. We're improving, so let's keep going. So, design is extremely relevant because as humans, a large percentage of how we value people, how we come up with our first interpretation on the relation is given by design. And when we talk about digital, it's even more dramatic. Here we have the 1, 5, 10 rule. In 1 second, I will be able to have a first impression of your company. And with an accuracy of 60%, take a purchase decision. 1 second. So you have 1 second. In 5 seconds, with an accuracy of 90%, I will take a decision that will encompass my relation with your product and your brand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. So we already count 6 seconds, and with 90%, you have built the relation with your customers. And then we have 10 seconds. Guess what's happening in the 10 seconds? They erase you. They delete the app. So you invest a lot of money on pushing things to the products, pushing those products and your services to your customers, and in 10 seconds, gone. And it's even more complicated because we're talking about the small screen, and we're talking about the small screen that the expectation is that it's going to be better than the mainstream. Your customers today, particularly if you start talking about millennials, they don't want to go to the shop. They don't want to get and open your laptop. They don't want to browse for information. They want to have it instantly, and they want to have it in an app. You're looking at a small screen that you need to deliver not 50% or 60% of your relation with your customer. You need to deliver 200% of that relation. 100% of your relation goes there. And what we find out in IBM, in collaboration with, Stanford and IDEO, is like, effectively, when you invest in design, and again, I'm using the word design, know how things look, but interaction, the experience, it yields back. You invest $10,000, and over a period of 2 years, it yields back 250. And let's think about it. On the products that you use on a daily life, are you using and enjoying a product or a service that the design is bad? Maybe not. And maybe if you're using it, it's because there is no alternative. So here comes the problem. So far, so good. We don't care much about design. We can continue doing what we're doing. We focus on products and services. But suddenly, the customers start changing. The customer no longer wants the cheapest, the fastest. They want the experience. We did a survey, and we found out that 75% of low-income customers are willing to pay up to 30% extra for an experience. So the whole hypothesis is like, the guy that don't have money or like has limited resources wants the cheapest is starting to shift. And today we're starting a era that is about experiences. And these guys are the guys responsible for this mess. These guys, the disruptors, the Airbnbs, the Spotifys, the Ubers, what they have done is change the game. What they have done is like they have put design at the center of what they do. Not at the end of the value chain. Not we start with the business requirement, specification, then we build it, and then at the end someone say, well, it doesn't look very good, paint it. No, they started with design and the crafting of the experience at the beginning. And when you move into this world, you're moving in to start transforming your company and transforming your engagement and how you relate with your customer. When you move into this world, there's no end. There's no a project that lasts 18 months, 6 months, 24 months. This is a vision. Each of these guys, and I will go back a couple of slides to show you this example, Airbnb experiences, create a vision of that relation with their customers and continue evolving their vision. Airbnb, have you used Airbnb? You know what it is, no? Like today is the largest hotel chain in the world without owning a single asset. But what they discover is like in this journey of delivering the best experience where you can stay, the experience was incomplete. Why? You go to Paris for the first time, You book on Airbnb. Airbnb said, great, revenue for me. I arrived to the Airbnb property, good apartment, clean, nice, excellent. So far, so good. But what's happened next? Next, start your experience in Paris, which comes outside Airbnb. You want to rent a bike, you don't know where to go. You want to go to a restaurant, you don't want to be cheated and you want to be treated well. Difficult, but still. You want to go to a museum, you want to know where to go. What's happened if you don't have a good time in Paris? Will you continue using Airbnb? No. So look, the shift in mindset. Because in our traditional way, we said, oh, sorry, I'm selling you your accommodation. Whatever you eat, if you have a problem with the subway, if you don't know where to go on kind of like the museum, it's your problem. Go to Expedia or whatever. No. Their understanding is like the experience that they are offering, it's around you traveling and enjoy yourself there. So they evolved the experience. When they evolved the experience, the level of disruption that they created was 5 times the original disruption. So when I start saying, you know, they are the biggest accommodation in the world, now they are the biggest lifestyle entertainment in the world. Because you can go and book a cinema ticket. You can go and book, you know, a restaurant. You have curated experiences from real users, which add much more value. And this is a journey and the fundamental mindset that we need to change when we move into experiences. When we put design at the forefront of what we're doing. Because when we're doing that, we're no longer solutioning for our industry. And we find out one thing, which has become kind of like a mantra. We're trying to turn from this. What is this? It's a bicycle. What else you can say? 2 wheels, black, brakes. So we can have even we can start discussing about price. Yes or not? So when I show you these, we have a functional discussion. We're talking about a product and service. And if you like or don't like bicycle, we'll basically create the relation with this article. But when I show you something like this, I'm talking about experience. And when I'm talking about an experience, how you assign value to this. In the previous slide, we'll get to a value eventually. But here, it differs. And this is the beauty door that gets open when we move into the experience world. The experience world, value will be assigned particular for you. And when we start putting cognitive data to deliver experiences, we're able to craft experiences that are relevant to each of you. And giving it at the price that you're willing to pay. And this became our mantra. And this is absolutely crazy. How many of you have been on an Emirates plane? Okay, more people than understand that think about design is important. Good for Emirates. Remember the first time you got into an Emirates plane and you find out that it has Wi-Fi? How was the experience? Yeah, you were amazed, no? You took a selfie. You know, you posted online. You chat with people. That was amazing. You couldn't believe it. That turns to no internet to internet. What's happened the next time you get into a plane? Any plane. And I would say it again, any plane, any airline. What did you expect? You want internet. Exactly. So why we don't have the same mindset when we're talking about digital? When I open WhatsApp, Uber, Facebook, Twitter, and I keep going on, I enjoy one expectation. I enjoy one experience. I go to my traditional telco, bank, government, retail, you name it, the experience is subpar. Where sit the expectations? Here. Where are we delivering the experience? Here. And this new engagement require 5 fundamental ways to craft experience. One, as I said, is one-to-one engagement. Second is about trust and transparency. You can no longer get away with kind of like prices that are not clear or things that people are not clear. How about the examples that I usually put where, you know, like there was this restaurant in the US, guys turned in, they didn't were served, they took the ketchup and basically write it on the table. We waited 10 minutes, nobody served us. Write it with the ketchup. Took a picture, put it on Twitter, Instagram, became a trending topic. The share price of that restaurant chain came down 5%. We're talking about billions. The cost of actually doing this was, what, $0.0000. We're talking about omni-channel engagement, and here I want to stop a little bit because it's understanding the omni-channel truly. Not as, yeah, I start a purchase here and then I want to continue here, because most of these use case doesn't really apply to reality, maybe 1 or 2 customers. Omni-channel means effectively that across the different channels, I understand where you are in the process. I understand how I can create something that is relevant for you. So if you're in mobile, I will give you exactly what you need. On your desktop, exactly what you need. But more important, understand the journey that you have with me as a customer. Value delivery, very important, and real-time customer support. Something that, you know, we take for granted when it's not. One of our customers came to me and said, very proud, JJ, we finally opened real-time customer support in Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. I said, great. Amazing. Let me check. I went there and said, open 9 to 5. You cannot be open 9 to 5 on a digital channel. You know, like it deserves the purpose. You're shooting in your food. So from here and taking this, I would jump, you know, the who we are at IBM, because I think you know us. We have created a business unit that is called IX, which today is the largest, you know, experience creator in the world. And we're trying to do something that is quite unique. You know, combine 4 things that usually in a company, in the mindset of the operations and in the actual execution are these pairs. And bring it together with one single mindset that is about crafting experiences. Everything that we do needs to measure impact, and most important, the way on how we deliver this is through a network of studios. Studios are these kind of like digital engines for delivery that we have crafted. And what we are doing across the region, and even in Pakistan we're doing it, we're combining cognitive analytics, internet and cloud, social security and mobility to create new experiences. In other words, the experience that we're creating and we're crafting are made by cognitive, delivered on the cloud. Great example, Starbucks. You are in New York. It's a cold weather. Last night, Atletico Madrid played. I'm an Atletico fan. Atletico won, which doesn't happen very often. So I went and basically posted on Twitter. I have the app from Starbucks. Starbucks saw my Twitter because it's integrated with the CRM and with my persona and my profile. Starbucks knows that I always have, you know, an espresso between 7 and 8:30 in the morning. Next day at 7:15, I have a pull message from Starbucks saying, "JJ, yesterday we did great, 2-0. We beat Real Madrid, hopefully. It's a cold day. What about today? You have a full espresso with a cookie waiting for you in 17 minutes at the Starbucks." This is not a dream. This is not Minority Report. This is New York City happening now. And this has happened in Karachi, Islamabad, anywhere. The tools, the technology is exactly the same. And the experience that you're going to craft is what is going to make the difference. So we do strategies that are based on design. We use design methods, and we use design capabilities. And some of the things that we're doing, we're driving and helping clients to get into a new culture, embedding this concept of design into how they operate. So then you start seeing things like, journey maps, like, this whole understanding of the customer, but not only about the customer, but also about the processes evolution, the technology enablers, the KPIs, etc. We deploy design thinking, and today IBM is the largest user in the world of design thinking. And design thinking is not just another methodology. It's actually a new way to craft problems, which actually put the customer at the very centerpiece of the solution. And last but not least, we do something that we call studios. We go and basically we build these digital capabilities across the region for our clients. And we have one very well-known studio here, sitting in Pakistan, where we basically what we do is like we partner with our clients to actually bring everything that I'm saying to our reality. Again, using a new modus operandi, where we're no longer a vendor, we're a partner, and we're co-creating with your customers and co-creating with you. But what's next? I always ask, what's next? What's happened after this? Or like, let's imagine we craft the experience. What's happened after next? What's the next, destination? Well, we're entering, besides what everyone might say, a new relationship era. It's a time that the way on how you're going to be relating to your customers is going to be different. It's an era where you're going to use data, not to push, next best action, or to actually push a marketing campaign, but to create cognitive experiences delivered for every single individual that sits with you. It's an era also that there are two words that are quite new: empowerment and mutualism. Your customers become empowered. We'll see your customers taking much more control on their relation with you. Not only because the impact that they might have into your P&L and into your overall brand image is massive through social media, but also because how the relation gets restarted. And last but not least, mutualism. Mutualism means in this new engagement model that you and your client pretty much are going to be in the same level. You and your client will be sitting as equals. We use your clients to actually craft your next products and your next service. You will consult them even on the pricing that they're willing to pay in reality. As I said before, full transparency, real time, and a new engagement model. And we know that data is the new oil in this economy. We know that it all is based on data. But imagine what's happened if we take the concept of crafting experiences, the concept of creating and putting design at the forefront, and we combine it with cognitive. This means that every time that you enjoy a digital experience will be unique. If it's a cold day, maybe the colors of the app are going to be slightly different. If we know that you're in a good mood because Atletico won, the colors of the app might be different. The interface of the application, the interface of the digital channels will be customized for you. You see how radical this is? Imagine that you open, Windows or Excel or Word, any digital element, and what you see is just what is for you. What you use, what you like, what you utilize. So every single digital interaction becomes unique. This is the future. And cognitive gets infused everywhere. You know, Internet of Things becomes connected and help us to actually craft these new experiences. Everything that you're going to be enjoying digital becomes relevant for you. And whatever is not relevant is not present. And whatever is present has been designed. So again, we combine design with the power of cognitive and artificial intelligence, with the power of cloud to deliver a new experience. And this goes beyond the digital space, and I know that there is a lot of questioning around this area. This goes back to the physical world. And our designers that actually have the assets on the physical world, the ones that are better prepared for this future. How come? And I go back to my first slide about design. Because as humans, we're looking for human interaction. Not everything can be digital. This is why Amazon and the big digital companies are trying to get physical. When you have a branch and there is a branch manager, that person has the ability to look eye to eye, to shake a hand, to open the door, to smile. That relation will never be matched by anything digital. Period. What we'll see is a new emerging on the physical world powered by digital. Crafting cognitive experience. And this is happening. If you go to the nice coffee shop, and there are a few pretty cool here, you see that, suddenly the whole place it's more funky, it's more interesting. The guys have a kind of nice, application sitting on the cloud, and the coffee costs 3 times more than the next door guy that is the classic one. And where people are going, to that one. So we're already tending to go into the experience. And we're just starting. We're just in the tip of the iceberg of what this is going to be. So I want you to imagine this world in a few years where the experience that you enjoy at the coffee shop, at the restaurant, in the airline, with your bank has been specially crafted for you using cognitive and delivered in the cloud. And to illustrate this, I want to show you a video of something that is real, happening, and basically put everything together. When we did this project, we started with the user, not with the solution, not with the product and the service, not adding more features. We understand and we empathize with that user. We literally put in his shoes. And then we crafted a new experience that is using cognitive computer, delivered on the cloud, to enable this experience. We can put the volume up, please.
As a runner, I face tough challenges every day.
Runkeeper, tap to open. Distance, 0.3 miles. 1.2 miles. 2.4 miles.
Then, there's the fact that I'm blind.
3.7 miles. 5.2 miles. 5.2 miles. 5.2 miles. 5.2 miles. 21 miles. 33 miles. 47 miles. 56 miles. 69 miles. 83 miles.
It's never easy. But stopping isn't an option.
Distance 100 miles.
So an entire experience delivered for a blind person that before was not able to, thank you, was not able to run. And we're talking about a unique experience for this person. So let me ask the question again. Do you think design is important? Can I have a little bit more energy? Do you think that design is important? Yes! Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Juan Jose de la Torre. Wasn't that amazing? Once again, please give him a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.